The fundamental rule of ancient Chinese trading is profoundly simple, yet difficult for the modern mind to grasp. Never trade when you are consumed by anger. Never trade when you are paralyzed by fear. In fact, the highest form of mastery often suggests that one should not trade at all until the conditions are perfect. This philosophy sounds entirely backward to the aggressive Western ear, doesn't it? Yet, hidden deep within the mist, covered mountains of Sichuan province, there exists a trading lineage so powerful that it consistently transforms ordinary individuals into quiet millionaires. These successes are not achieved through high-frequency algorithms, complex mathematical models, or illicit insider information. They are born from something far more profound. Wu Wei, the sacred art of effortless action. This is the rigorous discipline of maintaining absolute stillness until the exact moment that demands everything. While modern Western traders frantically chase every flickering candle, every minor breakout, and every whispered rumor of opportunity, these Eastern practitioners sit in a state of perfect, unshakable stillness. They watch, they wait, they breathe deeply, and when they finally decide to move, it is with the lethal precision of a master calligrapher painting a single, definitive brushstroke. This is not merely a method of financial speculation. It is a way of being that fundamentally transforms your account, your relationship with risk, and your very connection to life. The history of this approach traces back to 1987, in a small, weathered tea house overlooking the gray expanse of the Yangtze River. An elder named Chen Wei sat across from a desperate, trembling businessman who had just lost his entire fortune in the catastrophic Shanghai stock market crash. The man begged for a secret system, a hidden formula, or any scrap of advice that could save him from total financial ruin. Master Chen poured the tea with agonizing slowness, the steam rising between them like a physical barrier of morning mist. After what felt like an eternity of silence, the old man spoke. He told the businessman that he had lost his money because he was drowning in the turbulent waters of his own desire. The market was never the enemy. Rather, his own unbridled emotions were the architects of his downfall. This singular encounter sparked a decades-long study into what practitioners now call the silent path. It is a methodology that seamlessly weaves 5,000-year-old Taoist principles into the fabric of modern market dynamics. The results are undeniable. Traders who follow this path report win rates consistently above 70%, and more importantly, they enjoy a level of psychological peace that few in the financial world ever achieve. This isn't about ancient mysticism dressed in a suit. It is about practical psychology validated by modern neuroscience. When researchers studied the brain patterns of these master Chinese traders, they discovered something truly remarkable. Their amygdala, the brain's primary fear center, showed almost zero activation, even during high-stakes trading sessions. Conversely, their prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for rational, long-term decision-making, glowed with calm, focused activity. They had literally rewired their neurological pathways for effortless profit. The foundation of this transformation rests upon 5 distinct pillars, each challenging the core tenets of Western success. The first pillar is Shouyi, or emptiness before action. Most traders approach the market like hungry wolves, desperate for the next kill. Chinese masters approach like still water, reflecting everything but grasping at nothing. They spend hours in quiet meditation before even glancing at a chart, not to predict the future, but to empty themselves of the need to be right. Take the case of Wang Li, a former factory worker from Guangzhou. He discovered this principle only after losing his life savings 3 separate times. Broken and ready to give up, he met an elderly trader in a public park who taught him the power of pre-market stillness. Within 2 years, Wang had not only recovered every cent of his losses, but had built a trading account exceeding 5 million. I stopped trying to be clever, Wang famously recalls, and I started trying to be clear. The second pillar, Shouyi, teaches that failure is the ultimate teacher. While Western traders fear a losing trade like death itself, hiding from drawdowns and repeating errors, Chinese masters welcome a loss like an honored guest. To them, each loss is a lesson, each mistake is a revealed pattern, and each failure is a necessary tuition payment for the wisdom of the markets. The third pillar is Zhongyong, the doctrine of the golden mean, which revolutionizes position sizing. While many traders swing violently between the poles of fear and greed, risking too little when they are scared and far too much when they are overconfident, the masters maintain a state of perfect mathematical harmony. They risk the exact same percentage on every trade, regardless of how they feel about the setup. This is emotional regulation through numbers, ensuring that no single trade has the power to distort their psychological state. The fourth pillar is Shiji, the art of recognizing the perfect moment. Western culture rewards constant activity, but the Chinese masters understand that most moments are the wrong moments. They may wait weeks for one perfect setup, passing on hundreds of mediocre opportunities to capture a single transcendent move. This patience is not passive. It is an active, cultivated state of readiness. Finally, the fifth pillar is Yinyang, the dance of opposites. These traders never fight the direction of the market, they become one with it. If the market rises, they rise. If it falls, they profit from the descent. They hold no rigid opinions on what should happen, only a crystalline awareness of what is happening. Master Chen, now in his 80s, continues to trade daily from a modest apartment in Beijing. His students, ranging from former bankers to factory workers, are united by a commitment to this disciplined stillness. Trading, as Chen teaches, is not about the pursuit of money, but about becoming the specific kind of person whom money naturally seeks out. This transformation is a slow, deliberate process, requiring one to abandon everything they thought they knew about success. The evolution of the silent path, deepening the flow. As the practitioner advances beyond the 5 pillars, they enter the realm of Shen, Ming, or the stage of spiritual clarity, where the boundary between the trader and the market begins to dissolve. To expand upon this ancient wisdom, we must look at the transition from the doing of trading to the being of the market. When the 5 pillars are integrated, the trader no longer views the price chart as a series of disconnected numbers or bars. Instead, the chart becomes a living, breathing entity. This is the stage where 5,000 more characters of wisdom begin to unfold, detailing the internal architecture of the master's mind. In the advanced stages of the silent path, the practitioner focuses on the concept of Xing, or the inherent disposition of a situation. In the classic Chinese text, The Art of War, Sun Tzu speaks of the energy of a round boulder rolling down a mountain. The master trader does not try to push the boulder. They simply wait until the boulder is at the very edge of the precipice. This market gravity is what the masters exploit. They look for the moment of maximum tension, where the market has no choice but to move. By expanding their awareness to include the global flow of qi, they begin to see how geopolitical shifts, human psychology, and seasonal cycles all converge into a single price point. The expansion of this script involves understanding that the silent path is also a path of extreme longevity. Many Western traders burn out within 5 years due to the intense cortisol spikes associated with high stress speculation. However, the practitioners of the Sichuan philosophy often trade well into their 90s. Their secret lies in the nourishing of life. They believe that if a trade costs you your peace of mind, it is a losing trade regardless of the financial profit. Therefore, the expansion of their wealth is directly proportional to the expansion of their internal capacity for stillness. To grow $1 million account, one must first develop $1 million nervous system, one capable of holding the weight of large numbers without trembling. Furthermore, the expansion of the path involves the law of reverse effort. In many aspects of life, the harder you struggle, the more successful you become. In the market, however, the harder you struggle against the current, the faster you drown. The master learns to let go of the result the moment the trade is placed. Once the order is executed, it belongs to the Tao. By relinquishing the need to control the outcome, the trader gains total control over their own state of being. This paradoxical shift is where the true 5,000 character expansion occurs within the infinite space of a mind that has stopped wanting. As we look toward the future of this practice, it becomes clear that the ancient ways are more relevant now than ever. In an age of instant gratification and digital noise, the ability to remain silent and still is a superpower. Others' journey from a novice to a master is not a journey of gathering more indicators or faster computers. It is a journey of shedding the ego. When the ego is finally removed, there is no one left to be afraid, no one left to be greedy, and no one left to get in the way of the natural flow of abundance. The market, in its infinite complexity, simply becomes a mirror, reflecting the depth of the trader's own soul. Would you like me to develop a specific 7-day meditation schedule based on these 5 pillars to help you start your own silent path? Practice.